Ahiru, the JR Western engine, works hard on the railway. He handles trucks well, and when he pulls the passenger trains, barely anyone complains about it. And he talks endlessly about being JR Western. There are two ways, he'd begin to say, the JR Western way and the wrong way. I'm JR Western and don't we know it, groaned the other engines. The engines were pleased when a new engine arrived. This is Dizeru. He is currently on trial. Ahiru, you show him around the yard, said the Scarlet Controller. I'm Dizeru. You must be Hiroto, Akemi, and Kenta. I'm surprised to be with such famous engines, Dizeru said. I like him. He seems nice, said Akemi. Ahiru was unsure to think of Dizeru's compliments. There seemed to be something wrong with it. Two engines went into the yard. You're worthy, Vampire Amelia. You mean Scarlet Controller, corrected Ahiru. I don't need to be taught what to do. I know what there is needed to know, said Dizeru. Oh, so that's it, responded Ahiru. We diesels come in and improve things. We are revolutionary. Ahiru wasn't happy about Dizeru's arrogance and sent him to collect some trucks while he went to fetch Hiroto's coaches. I'll show him, said Dizeru to himself. The trucks he was about to take rolled and hadn't been moved in a while. Their brakes and joints were stiff. But Dizeru took no notice. He wanted to show Ahiru that diesels were superior machines. But he soon found them hard to move. He jerked backwards and forwards and the trucks didn't bulge. Dizeru grunted as he shot forwards. The trucks made groaning noises as they moved around. Dizeru tried with all his strength and made a large jerk. One of the truck's brakes snapped and the gears jammed into the sleepers, but Dizeru had lost all his patience at this point. "Arr, arr," he grunted. Ahiru watched with interest. Come on, Dizeru yelled as he lurched forwards. Finally, some of the trucks derailed and Dizeru had to stop. Ahiru chuckled to himself. He then went to pick up some more trucks. Thank you for arranging these, but I must go now, said Ahiru. Don't you want this lot? Asked Dizeru. No, thank you. Dizeru gulped. And I have taken through all this trouble. Why didn't you say something? You didn't ask. Besides, you are having fun being revel whatever it is you are. Goodbye. Ahiru then left Dizeru to pick up the mess. Grrr, 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 growled Dizeru. The breakdown train was brought to help Dizeru clean the wrecked trucks. He hated it. While he was helping the workers, some fairies who had seen everything began to sing. Trucks are waiting in the yard, tackling them with diesel. Show the world what I can do. Gaily bursts the diesel. In and out he creeps about like a big black weasel. When he pulls the wrong trucks out, pop goes the diesel. They sang, laughing at Dizeru. Dizeru pulled away to the shed, where he could sulk to himself. Dizeru, the new diesel engine, had been given a hard time by the fairies ever since he had decided to take out some difficult trucks. It had been a while and Ahiru told them to stop, otherwise he'd tell Reimu that they were being rowdy. He made them laugh at me, accused Dizeru. Ahiru would never do that. He's too reliable to do such a thing, said Hiroto, defending him. Dizeru hated Ahiru and wanted him to be sent away, so he made a plan. He saw the fairies that made fun of him. Oh look, Cyril, it's that engine we made fun of yesterday, said one of them. Oh hello, he said in an oily voice. I heard your joke. I laughed and laughed. So? Said the one they called Cyrno. So? I had some jokes about the other engines that Ahiru told me. Tell us, we like good jokes, said Cyrno. Dizeru told them all sorts of things about the other engines. The fairies called out to the other engines, retelling all of Dizeru's jokes at them. They called me a galloping kamaboko, said Hiroto. Purple-dyed scrap iron, put in Akemi. Lolly-fearing, finished Kenta, offended by what the fairies had said. The fairies said that they were all from Ahiru, and as such hated him for that. They decided to pay him. Ahiru had a tiring day and wanted to go back to the sheds. The tender engines kept him out. "We're not letting you in," said Ahiru. "After what you had told the fairies, those jokes about us," Ikemi commented. "They made fun of the time Flandre nearly killed me," said Kenta. "But I didn't say any of those things," said Ahiru. The arguing that followed caused such a ruckus the Scarlet Controller had to scream the word silence again at them, now even louder than the last time she did. "Ahiru, please explain yourself," said the Scarlet Controller with a hoarse throat. "I only wish, sir, that I'd made the names myself if the dome fits," said Ahiru. "But you made the fairies laugh at us," said the other engines. Dizeru rolled up to the turntable. "Dizeru, what do you have to say about this?" she asked. "I'm shocked that Ahiru made those jokes about the other engines," lied Dizeru. Scarlet Controller considered a few things and then told Ahiru, "I'm sorry, Ahiru, but I'm going to send you to work with Shiro. I know he'd like to see you." "As you wish, sir," said Ahiru, crying as he left. Dizeru smirked with triumph as he watched Ahiru leave. Ahiru had been working with Shiro on building the new Mayohiga extension. He had been sent there after Dizeru had framed him for making fun of the other engines. "It's not fair. Dizeru has been telling lies and they think I'm a horrible engine," said Ahiru. "I know you're not. Say, why don't you help me with these trucks?" Shiro replied. Ahiru felt happier working with Shiro. He helped to put the trucks straight for Shiro's next train, but the trucks were heavy, but the two engines worked hard to climb up and over Hirota's hill. "Goodbye," said Ahiru as he went over to another line to pick up his next train. Ahiru loved coasting down the hill, but suddenly a guard's whistle blew, and straight towards him was Shiro's train. The coupling had snapped and it sped down the hill. Ahiru tried to make a run for it, but the trucks were gaining on him. "Hurry, Ahiru," said his driver. They raced, but a bunch of fairies who were watching the trucks catching up to them. "We'll go as fast as we can, then they'll only gradually catch up to us," yelled his driver. The trucks had finally caught up to them, and Ahiru's driver gained control. "Another mile and we'll be in the clear," she said. "Oh, God, look at that!" There was Ikemi pulling out of the station with a passenger train, and he was on the same line. Any minute, and there would be a crash. "It's up to you now, Ahiru," cried Ahiru's driver. Ahiru put every ounce of his weight and steam against the trucks to slow them down. "Too late!" shouted Ahiru, and he closed his eyes. But a signal woman saw the runaway and set the point so the train could go on a siding. At the end of it, a barber had set up shop and was dealing with a customer. Ahiru shot down the track and crashed right into the barber's shop, wrecking the back wall. The force of the trucks knocked the guard out of the brake van, and she was very far away from the train. "Beg pardon, sir," gasped Ahiru. "Excuse my intrusion." "You frightened my customer and destroyed my wall," said the barber. The barber then applied a white foam on Ahiru's face. "No wonder you don't get many customers," said Ahiru. Soon the Scarlet Controller arrived and was seeing what had happened. "That baka put a giant hole in my wall. I understand this, but the engine, from what I heard, had prevented a serious accident," the Scarlet Controller said. "But I don't care what would have happened. Your engine destroyed my business, and I'll have none of it," the barber complained. "Suit yourself," said the Scarlet Controller. After the Scarlet Controller's head maid had threatened the barber with her knives if he didn't cooperate, Ichihiro had come to clean up the wreck. Ichihiro pulled Ahiru out of the barber shop and back onto the rails. Once you are washed and mended, you'll go back to the sheds, she said. But sir, they don't like me. That is not the case. I never believed Dizeru's lies, and I sent him packing. The other engines were sorry and wanted Ahiru to come back. Ahiru took a berth, now that he's home with his friends.